Did you know that most billionaires currently follow a specific pattern for generating large amounts of money? And this is for a very clear reason. John D. Rockefeller once stated, "The most constant thing in the world is the ability to make money the right way." Imagine you could get any amount of money you wanted. It may seem like a distant dream, but today I will demystify this idea. If you study how John D. Rockefeller earned his $1 billion, you will find revolutionary financial skills that can transform your financial life and help you achieve wealth. Don't believe? Then watch the video to the end and check it out for yourself. Welcome to the leading channel in financial education. If your goal is to achieve wealth and ensure your financial independence, you are in the right place. Sign up now to not miss any essential and transformative tips. John D. Rockefeller was the world's first dollar billionaire. He invested $2,000 in the initial capital of his first venture, of which $1,200 was borrowed from his father. In 1937, when Rockefeller died, his fortune was estimated at $1.4 billion. At present, this would amount to an impressive $318 billion. For comparison, the wealth of Elon Musk, one of the richest men in the world today, is estimated at only $219 billion. After studying John Rockefeller's biography in more depth, I realized that the secret of his financial success lies in some specific and quite effective monetary skills. As you play along in this video, I will reveal the essence of these skills that can be applied in your life. Rockefeller earned his first money at age 7, working on a neighbor's farm where he helped harvest potatoes and raise rabbits. He followed his mother's advice and made his first entry in a ledger, detailing everything down to the last penny, how much money he received, why and how he spent it. These records were the precursors to the modern cash flow statement, one of the tools used to track a company's finances, which he kept until his death. Rockefeller lived to be 97. Rockefeller's biographers mention that he grew up in a low-income family. Although it is not known how much his father earned, it is certain that he was a traveling salesman who traveled extensively around the country. While the head of the family was away, Rockefeller's mother had to save money, developing the rigorous habit of counting every penny, a habit that she instilled in her children from childhood. John saw how strict financial control helped to multiply money. His parents wanted him to go to college, but Rockefeller chose courses in business and accounting. After completing his studies, he got a job as an assistant accountant. His love of numbers was quickly noticed and appreciated by his superiors. Within the second month of his employment, his initial salary of $17 per month had already increased to $25, and a year later he became a manager, earning $800 per year. It is crucial to emphasize how committed John was to financial education. It was his deep monetary knowledge that became the solid foundation for his future wealth. Therefore, I advise you to focus on your personal financial education to ensure your success. Entrepreneurs often consider borrowed money as an evil to be avoided at all costs. However, Rockefeller's example shows that this perception is wrong. If Rockefeller had not borrowed the amount needed to start his business from his father, he would probably have worked for other people all his life, never achieving financial independence. Borrowed funds were a constant in his business. He preferred to sell shares to investors, even when he had sufficient funds of his own. He also invested his own money, but kept it as a reserve. Even without investors, he took on the financing of projects on his own. Rockefeller's first venture was a small logistics company. In the first year, he received orders worth $500,000. To support them, money soon became scarce, and he owed much of it to his father, who not only lent money but charged interest of 10% per year. Rockefeller borrowed money wherever he could. It was not an easy task, but he managed to overcome the challenges. It is believed that only financially illiterate people are afraid of loans. The difference between them and Rockefeller is that he borrowed wisely, always planning every step. Rockefeller was always extremely careful about meeting his obligations, especially financial ones. In the early years of business, he faced many challenges, but he always found the right amount on the right date. In his memoir, How I Made $500 Million, Rockefeller recalls how his father showed up at his office for another loan payment at the most inopportune time and insisted that he needed the money immediately. Rockefeller always met his obligations, no matter the hardship. Over time, bankers trusted his word. His reputation in financial matters was his best guarantee. Therefore, it is essential to monitor his credit history and financial reputation very carefully. Rockefeller was able to borrow without fear and regularly met his obligations because he did not act impulsively. Every decision was carefully calculated in advance. When he borrowed money, he always considered when and how much he would have to pay back, how he would pay back, and how much he would earn on the borrowed funds. If he invested his own money, he calculated when and how much he would multiply it. Rockefeller invested millions of dollars in his companies. If the investment showed an increase in production or a reduction in costs that translated into an increase in profits, he did not hesitate. He was the first in the United States to stop transporting oil in wooden barrels on horseback and to start transporting it in tanks by rail. He also did not skimp on the safety of his refineries, assessing the damage caused by constant fires. When Rockefeller began exporting oil, he needed devices to quickly transfer it from tankers to tankers. He equipped the necessary railway stations on his own, which at first glance seemed like a gift to the railways, but it allowed him to reduce the transport tariff and allow Rockefeller to transport oil by rail 3 times cheaper than his competitors. He also owned several iron mines and realized that it was more profitable to transport ore by ship than by train, so he built his own fleet. His partners considered his innovations extremely risky and did not want to invest. In such cases, Rockefeller invested his own money, but kept all the profits. After that, his partners immediately became more willing to cooperate, because they knew that if Rockefeller was willing to invest, there would definitely be a significant profit. There are universal truths in the world of finance that have long become established principles and ensure that many people achieve wealth. John Rockefeller's financial skills are a shining example of this. Its simplicity and accessibility may scare most, but those who find the strength within themselves and can manage these skills properly will reach their personal financial goals in no time. This is the leading channel. Subscribe and get rich.